mute at all?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Chess in Education webinar on chess during the school day. My name is Renee Bartlett, and I am the Interim Executive Director and Director of Operations for U.S. Chess. I'm pleased to introduce to you our moderator for this evening, DeVaughn Croxton. DeVaughn is our Director of Programs and the newest staff member to U.S. Chess. DeVaughn, it's yours.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to the Chess in Education webinar. Today's webinar is part one of a series called Chess During the School Day. As a way to collaborate and share best practices, we have decided to highlight two unique chess programs that incorporate chess during the school day. Our two presenters today will be Laurel Aronian, Chess Club President and Junior at St. Luke's High School in New Canaan, Connecticut, and Veronica Hopkins, chess teacher at Lakeland Elementary/Middle School in Baltimore, Maryland, in conjunction with the Baltimore Kids Chess League. Laurel's chess program showcases the power of student leadership and initiative in growing chess within schools and communities, and Veronica's chess program highlights the importance of increasing the participation for girls and special education students and the importance of social emotional learning. As a reminder, I just want to inform you all that if you have any questions, please use the chat box. In the interest of time, we will not be unmuting or speaking. So please, if you have any questions, forward them to the chat box. And without further ado, Veronica, if you would like to load your presentation, you can.
I mean, different affinity groups, there's just so many different examples. Poker club, many different clubs meet during that time. But we meet on Mondays and Thursdays, and we have a variety of things going on during this period of time. So it's open to the whole school. And we have seeding games, which are the games that we play to prepare for our different matches. We are part of an interscholastic chess league, which I'll touch on later. And we do games during this period of time to figure out our order of each player. We also just have a lot of blitz games always going on, bug house games. Primarily, this chess club that we have meeting during club time, this is the high school chess club. And so it's in our school, 9th through 12th grade. And so typically, it's just a really good way for students to bond with their peers. We also have instruction. So sometimes students will give lessons to other students in the club. And the students giving lessons aren't necessarily the strongest players in the team, because oftentimes our lower rated players have something to share with others, like an opening. So we've had lessons on, for instance, we had one on the ready opening, the Latvian gambit. Our team is our club even is a wide variety of levels. We have students who are just getting into the game to students who are playing competitively and 1500 plus. So we've learned over time that one really great way to draw new people to the club is having snacks. I put in an image of some chess cookies here because that was how we started it off. And it's a way to get people in, and then they see the snacks and they stay once they see the chess. And a final thing to mention about club time, our school also has an event called the Club Fair, where different clubs have little presentations where they essentially tell the school what they do in their club, and they try and get students to join it. So that's an event we use for promotion each year that happens during the school day. So moving on to some events that happen outside of specifically club time. Chess Club actually originated as the merging of pretty much Chess Club has been partially online and during the COVID times, because of course we didn't want to end it. So when I came to the school in 2019, I ended up forming a middle school chess club. The school used to have one, but it had stopped meeting. So I saw the need for it and I created it. But what we really wanted to do was to merge with the upper school chess club, because they competed, they had such a strong team, and that was something I was really seeking. So when COVID came, it was actually an opportunity for us to merge the upper and middle school clubs, and we would meet after school. Formerly, it wasn't possible because our schedules simply didn't align. And through this merging also came, or through COVID actually, came a chess league, which I'm going to touch on more later, formed by our chess advisor, Mr. Alvin Hamilton. He's in the middle top of the larger picture here. And after COVID ended, we ended up meeting in person after school on Fridays with the middle school. So this was a collaborative time when we would have middle school and high schoolers together. Another thing that we started doing are having cross-cultural meetups. This began in 2021, which was also made possible by COVID. So I was a part of the US Chess Girls Club, and it was such an amazing experience for my chess play and just for meeting other people in the chess community. One of these people I met in the club was Nadia Ortiz, who introduced me to a contact she had in Colombia with a chess club there. And through that, we reached out and we had a cross-cultural meetup. So here's the picture on the left. You can see our match versus Colombia. We met over Zoom, and Ms. Ortiz is in the middle there. And as this event happened, it became an annual thing. So after that, we had a match with Kenya, and then the next year, just a few months ago, we had a match with Sweden. And we're planning on playing India next because we have some contacts there. And these events happen after school, over break, different times. And we're also sent out an invitation to the entire school. So we don't just involve current club members, but we try to bring everyone in. Another event that we have tried to involve chess in our school are math nights. So our school has this annual event where different teachers and students hold math-related activities. And it's sort of a time for the school to have outreach outside of the immediate school community. They reach out to the actual community, the New Canaan community and the areas around them. And it's also a time when the middle school and the upper school come together. As you can see here, it's a mix of older and younger kids. And it's been an ongoing event, and it's a great way to promote chess to younger students and to try and get them involved with chess from an early age. So now I'm going to talk about some promotion we've done in chess in our school. One thing that's been really important to promotion is just creating a culture in which people feel really excited to learn more about chess and to join chess club. We give town meeting announcements. Town meeting is sort of it's a time when the whole upper school meets it's just a collective upper school meeting. And we've given announcements during town meeting about our results in matches. We inform the school about these matches just as any other sport would inform the school. We've talked about our matches in cross-culturally. We've talked about different events we're having in the future, all sorts of things. Here we're announcing a match that the school was allowed to spectate that was online. And it's just really important when we go out there to try and get people hyped up. We'll be like, yeah, chess club, and everyone will come on stage. We try and get the audience excited about it. And it's really, the culture has shifted over the past few years, and participation has become so much larger, and people treat it as sort of they treat it like a sport that they get hyped about. So that's something that's been really great to see. We also have done promotion, well, otherwise food, once again, food is crucial to promotion, we've learned. So we teach chess in our community. It's a service thing we do. I'll touch more on that later, but we always talk about how we're going to have pizza during it. This is also on the left is a student article that was written, and as you can see by the title, Cookies and COVID, we always brought food into all of our sorts of promotion. And our chess club advisor, Mr. Hamilton, has been very helpful in just the messages he sends out. Winds whipped, branches broke, and rains roiled silty streams into terrific torrents. It was a dark and stormy night in the Fairfield County, a night nay fit for man nor beast. That was his email talking about how we had suffered an unfortunate loss to one of the teams in our chess league. So it's all about getting the school community excited about what's going on. All right, another event where we try and promote is at homecoming. So homecoming, different clubs have stands at homecoming to fundraise. This started in Chess Club actually started having a stand in 2021. And we have all sorts of different activities when people, alumni and younger siblings and people in the immediate school community come by. We have like a guest number of pieces to raise money. We have blitz games set out, puzzles. We brought in a giant chessboard. And it's just another way to try to recruit for chess club and to share chess. And then another event that was started last year, this was a new initiative. It was called Chess Week. So every year we have an interscholastic tournament where everyone in the school, faculty, students, I'm going to touch on this later, but is invited to play a tournament together. And in the week preceding this event, we had last year for the first time Chess Week to try and ramp up interest. So it took place throughout a whole week of school, and we had all sorts of different chess related activities. For instance, we had Kahoots. For those of you who don't know, Kahoots are kind of like fun trivia Jeopardy games that students oftentimes like to play, and we had prizes for those. We had speed chess, we had puzzles. We actually had in the cafeteria, we had a projection explaining how to play chess. And we thought it might be a good idea because oftentimes people might be a little bit intimidated with coming by to see chess club and or even learning how to play chess, because people are sometimes, no matter how many times we tell them, they think they can't come by if they're like, people are scared to come as a complete beginner. And it was a way to introduce people or people who just might not know what chess really is all about. And they were able to leave, but it was a way to expose everyone to what it was. And additionally, we had a chess scavenger hunt, all sorts of different things. So this was really successful in bringing more people into the tournament in the end. All right, so moving on to competition that we've done. As referenced earlier, we are part of a chess league. It's called the Fairfield County Interscholastic Chess League, and it was started by our advisor, Mr. Alvin Hamilton. And he wrote an article about it right here. The link is attached if you would like to check that out. The league began in 2020, again, out of COVID, because we were all online and able to play other schools more easily. Just we didn't have to, they used to use buses, took up a lot of time. So doing it online was they made it very effective. We started off as the league just having 4 schools, and it actually grew into 14. Teams come and leave each year. This year we have 12. And we also just yesterday had the concluding section of the event, the Fairfield, the individual championship, in which all the different participants in the league, all the different people in the individual school teams come together and play one another. And it's finding an individual champion in the league rather than a victor team. And I should also just mention, we hold these matches on League Chess. The different schools play each other. They have their own seeding and they just face off. We try to determine a single winner, or at least a tie for first. The games are 15 minutes with a 5-second increment, and they take place on Tuesdays after school at 7:15 p.m. It's also changed year to year, but this is what we've been sticking with most recently. And we also formed an ethics committee to ensure that, and we have a living document related to fair play policy to ensure that's being carried out. And the league takes place from September through February. So this was the most, on the right, you can see the most recent standings. These are all schools in our area. And most recently, we actually, our last match in the league was pictured in the image on the left, and Mr. Croxton came by to watch, which was amazing, and we were so happy to have him. All right, so we also have competed locally, state, and nationally. We've gotten several of our players USCF rated. I think at this point we've gotten 7 rated, and we've participated in different tournaments. We played in the CT State Scholastic, the Fairfield County, different events at the Fairfield County Chess Club, which is an amazing club in our area. And we also played at Midnight Blitz tournaments, which are really fun. So here's some different images of that. We've also played nationally. So here's, the school actually made some posts about it, which is really great and a great way to promote. So we've done it for the last 3 years. We've had at least 2 members of our school, and before that, attending the K-12 Nationals in Orlando, Florida. So returning to the Interscholastic Championship, this is the match that we have within our school, in which all the faculty and all the students play one another, and we try and determine a single school champion. So this event started in 2018, and it's broken up into novice and championship sections, which we thought would really help to encourage people who are like, oh, I'm never going to win this whole thing, I'm not in chess club. It would encourage them to come in because they would think they have a chance of winning. And it's been really amazing to see the connections between faculty and students that have formed. All the students that are in chess club are always very eager to teach chess to different faculty members. I've done it multiple times, and the faculty members and students always talk about what it was like having the different playing each other. It's always funny when a teacher plays one of their students and they're like, oh, I saw that game. It's funny to see that. And in 2023, we actually had 50+ participants, which was amazing. And we hope to break that record this year. So moving on to chess in service. So my brother, Jack Aronian, and I began a service initiative called Chess in One Day in 2021. And this formed also out of COVID. We had a camp that we were a part of over the summer where it was an academic and arts enrichment camp for elementary age children. And we noticed that chess was one of the activities we offered was very popular. So we decided to continue with this in just a chess focused program. So Chess in One Day forms. And the idea of Chess in One Day is we go to different locations, just different CBOs and libraries, and we just teach chess to people in an hour. That's the idea, all the basics of the game. It's sort of a pop-up thing. So we have 21 instructors from our school, and we're able to commute them oftentimes to locations where we're teaching. And we've also taught over 370 students in total at this point. So it's cool because we can teach students from different backgrounds. We mostly teach children, but our programs are open from elementary age all the way to just any age. So we also teach adults. We did, and we teach at libraries often, but we also recently did an event at Teachers College, Columbia, as pictured down here. And that was definitely, it was like a little field trip for all the members. We drove to New York City, and it was a great day to spend together teaching chess to people. And our program is also a US Chess affiliate. Oh yeah, and lastly, we've also been doing programs that involve girls in chess. I love to see what Ms. Hopkins mentioned with that in her previous presentation. It was so inspiring. And we had a pizza party for different girls we had one program that was set aside just for girls. So it was for all different elementary through high school age girls to come and learn chess. And we had just girl instructors. And it was just a way to try and get more girls involved with chess. So here was our flyer for that, is the one in blue. All right, so what's in the future? So going forward, we have several different objectives and events. One thing we aim for are to secure varsity letters for our club and our team, because again, we have the chess team and the chess club, and that's the plan with that. And we also wanted to try and bolster the middle school chess club. I meant to mention earlier, but we did give one middle school presentation this year at their town meeting, which was one of the more exciting ones we've done. We had a bullet game played in front of the middle schoolers between two high schooler students, and we broadcasted on the projector, and then we had another student commentating the bullet game. So it was we thought it'd be very exciting for the middle school and try and bring more participation. So that's what we're going to seek to do more in the future. We also want to try and get some higher level instruction for our team, because we play in this league and we want to be at the best level we can be at. And also this late April, early May, we're going to have a simul with Grandmaster Nicholas Cheka. So that's some exciting news we're looking forward to. And finally, we are planning, the Chess Club is involved in an event that we're going to have this year, a new event called Club Night, which is essentially, once again, we have the club fair, which I mentioned, which is just a way for different clubs to promote what they're doing and get more participation. And Club Night is more of a social event that Chess Club is planning with another club, in which we will bring all the clubs together, and it'll kind of be a way for the student body to just experience what all the clubs do and get to just have a social bonding event overall. All right, so once again, thank you for listening. And if you have any questions about how our program was structured or anything, please feel free to reach out to me at laurelronian@gmail.com. And once again, I'm so grateful for your time and listening.
Awesome job, Laurel. Thank you so much for that presentation. Loved every bit of it.
Thank you.
All right, jumping over to our Q&A, got a couple questions here in the chat. I love the idea of Chess Week. Are other teachers or classes involved in that week, or are the events during lunch or after school?
That's a good question. So this past Chess Week, it was pretty much isolated to it wasn't involving other classes. It was mostly during lunch, during community times, which are just free periods of time. Pretty much club time is what it is. We had them during that period of time. So it was mostly just during free periods during the day.
Got it. Another question here.
Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I just said that's a great idea for the future, though, involving other classes.
Absolutely. Another question here. Essentially, how are you passing the torch to the next student leaders? So how are you developing other student leaders so that they can continue on after you graduate?
We have a student leadership system. So we have a president of the high school, and a middle school coordinator. And also we have a more informal treasurer, and we have different positions set up. So overall, I'm managing all this with different people, and we collaborate on it together. And one of the students is a senior, and then another of the students is a sophomore, and another one's a freshman. So we all kind of work together, and we're able to, it's just the idea of that they see what I do, I see what they do, we learn from each other, and then going forward, it'll either be leadership within the students who are already leading, or as more people join the club and more people become more interested in it, we'll offer up the leadership positions. More people will be interested in running for them.
Another question, how large is your school, like your student population?
I believe we have 500, 600 students, I think, more or less, including the middle school.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay. I have a couple additional questions for you, if you don't
Yeah.
mind.
Mhm.
What advice do you have to other high school students around the world who are interested in starting a chess program?
Mhm. Well, like I said earlier, definitely bring in food in some way. I think it's really good for promotion, and a lot of high schoolers will definitely come running for food. I'd also, let me think for a minute, because I have more than that.
I mean, that's a great
I'd say
that's a great start.
collaborate with your peers and the other students who you know. If you have friends who even just slightly play chess or are like vaguely they play chess with you, or they might play chess online, just bring them in. I mean, it's really about making a community that's excited about it, not being the only one who's managing it, because when people see multiple people interested in one thing, they're going to think this is a big thing. I want to join it too.
Nice. Question in the chat here. Question in the chat here. Is there a teacher or administrator whom you believe will help sustain the program?
It's a good question. I think right now, I mean, our chess advisor, Mr. Alvin Hamilton's been amazing. I don't know when he's planning on retiring, but if that happens, I mean, a lot other teachers have been involved with the program. We've had a middle school art teacher who helped us with middle school chess club. We've had other teachers express interest in the program, and of course, the administration knows what's going on. They know how the program works. And I think a lot of it is very student-led, and the hope is that the students will continue leading going forward.
Nice. Nice. How has the culture shift in your school motivated you and your teammates?
I think it's motivated a lot more people to present when we have our meetings at presentations at town meeting. I had a friend who would not present at all. He would not even go on stage. Over time, he was like, okay, I'll come on with you, but I'm not going to say anything. I'll be there for moral support. And then he's actually been offering to speak now. So I think it just gets students out of their comfort zone. They see that it can be done, that you can really promote chess. And I also think it makes people just excited to share what we're doing during the presentations, and it makes more people excited to join the club as well.
All right. I have one more question here. What motivated your chess club to maintain an online presence even after schools went back to in-person?
It made it a lot easier to be able to coordinate so many things, and we hadn't been exposed to it previously. We just hadn't known what it was like. But when we started having league meetings online, again, it eliminated the need for buses. It made it a lot easier for people to join, to leave. All that, I guess, the mediating factors were eliminated. And additionally, I mean, online chess kind of had a boom after COVID in general. I mean, so many more people joined chess.com. So many people were playing chess around our school. I think that also helped.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Laurel.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. Just doing a double check here to make sure I didn't miss any questions. Of course, if you have any burning questions that pop up at any point after the presentation, please, you can forward them to me as well as Laurel directly. Her contact information is here. But if there are no further questions, US Chess would like to thank you all so dearly for your time and joining us tonight.